Good morning, everyone. And our rooster in the background says good morning as well. Say, last time we got together and talked about the book of Exodus, we had seen Moses coming down the mountain. And, well, actually, he hadn't quite come down the mountain yet. Remember, he had gone up there to get the Ten Commandments and the law of God. And that's kind of where we ended the story. Now, if we look at the alternate reading for the Old Testament lesson this week, that story continues where Moses is waiting for God to write all this down, actually just writing the Ten Commandments, the 10 words of God themselves, down on the tablets so he can bring those down the mountain. But he's kind of expecting the people to remember what he had already told them, what God had already told them too, about the Ten Commandments and all these other rules and regulations on how to govern life together as his people. Well, make a long story short, Moses is taking his good old time getting down off that mountain. People are getting a little upset. They don't know what happened to him. They think maybe he's dead up there. Maybe he had a heart attack or something. They don't know. So now they get a hold of Aaron. Remember, Aaron is Moses' sidekick, and they said, you know what, enough's enough. We want you to fashion for us one of the gods of Egypt. Yeah, make for us a god of Egypt so we can worship that God who will save us and bring us to a land where we can at least have good stuff to eat and prosper and live. Oh boy, here we go. Aaron gives in. There's a little bit of question as to whether Aaron was the leader of the gang or he got pressured into it. There's some subtle hints that he might have been pressured, and we'll see that in just a second. But to make a long story short, he makes a golden calf for the people to worship. And he told the people, well, now we need the gold to make this, so what we're going to do is get the gold from... Oh, where did they get the gold from? I mean, these are people who had left Egypt. I mean, they were on the run from Pharaoh and his armies before God miraculously saved them. And God had come to their aid time and time again through the wilderness. What are they doing out there in the wilderness? Where did they get gold from? Testy Tuesday. Let's see if you remember where the people got all this gold. So Aaron commanded that the gold be brought to him from, number one, the earrings of the men's wives and sons and daughters. Number two, from all the gold plates and cups that they stole and brought with them from Egypt. Number three, all the little golden statuettes that the Egyptians had everywhere as they worshiped their gods. Those that they brought along, that they had stolen on their journey out of Egypt. Or number four, the gold memorabilia that commemorates wide right and no goal. All right, where did they get all that stuff? So let's go through that list again. The golden earrings off the wives and the sons and the daughters. The golden plates and cups that the people had stolen from the Egyptians before they left. The golden statuettes that they had stolen from the Egyptian people before they left. Or all that golden memorabilia that commemorates wide right and no goal. All right, I'll tell you what it isn't. It's not the memorabilia commemorating wide right and no goal. Those of you who are Western New York sports fans in Buffalo, you know what those are all about. Those are times we'd rather forget. So if you have any of that memorabilia, burn it. Get rid of it right now. All right, so now we have those other three. The answer is the earrings from the wives, the sons, and the daughters. Evidently, those Egyptians all wore fancy, dancy earrings, the men included. So it's kind of interesting that Aaron said, hey, go get the earrings from your wives and your sons and your daughters. But hey, guys, you can leave yours in. It was crazy. Before they left, they all took these earrings and they were wearing them. Oh, well. Anyhow, to make a long story short, Aaron crafts that golden calf. And that's what's interesting too. Why did he craft a golden calf? A golden statuette of a young bull? Well, for a very good reason. See, the Egyptians had a lot of different gods. These were people who were pretty well separated from Joseph and all of his sons. This is hundreds of years later, and probably they forgot a lot of that stuff. The only knowledge they had of Yahweh was Moses as he's leading them out of Egypt, but they remember those gods well enough, and they remember that one god named Apis. Apis was a strong bull who was the symbol of fertility and power. That's what they wanted, and that's what they commanded Aaron to make. So Aaron made it, and he said, okay, after this is all done, we're going to go ahead and we're going to have sacrifices to this. It'll be, actually what he said was, we're going to have a sacrifice to Yahweh. See, this is where a lot of people think Aaron is still trying to steer the people back toward Yahweh, but they come together and Yahweh, Bahweh, pooey on him. We're going to sacrifice and we're going to celebrate to Apis. And that's exactly what they did. Okay, what's so really bad about that? Apis is a fertility god. Part of the fertility god ritual celebration was to engage in wild sexual orgies. That's what they did back in Egypt. And we can assume that's probably what the people did here. And that's what Moses comes down to off the mountain. When he sees that, no wonder he took those tablets of stone and he broke them. Broke them in anger. Then he goes into a time of mourning, and just to get a little ahead of the story, Moses saves the people. God wants to obliterate them at that point. And what he did, he promised to Moses, I'll make of you a great nation. The rest of those people, they're gone. They're history. Moses intercedes for them and says, hey, come on, Yahweh, you didn't bring the people all the way out here to die. No, you brought them because you made a covenant agreement with them. And again, this is another one of those instances where God changes his mind. Literally, God repents. And he doesn't destroy them. He does save the people. And as you read through into the book of Exodus, you'll see Moses going back up on the mountain. He gets another 2 tablets of stone and brings them down with the 10 words, the 10 commandments on them. And the people live happily ever after. Well, not exactly. Moses takes a little garrison out, and they find all the people who were the leaders of this insurrection, and he has them killed. So there are consequences to sin. There are consequences to rebelling against Yahweh. It's a happy story, but also one that says you don't mess with Yahweh. On this Testy Tuesday, tell your wives, your sons, and your daughters to hand over their golden earrings. No. Tell them to hide them because you want to fashion out of them a golden calf? No. But that's what Aaron did. Funny how Aaron didn't really pay a price for any of this, right? So maybe that's why a lot of people think that he had been coerced into doing this. It's interesting. One other little tidbit about that sacrifice that the people now made to Apis, the golden calf god. They also had what was called a peace offering, which is something that's commanded in the law to do. And the peace offering is what the people consume. There's a burnt offering, it goes toward the God. The peace offering is what they eat. I wonder if they just way overdid it, and somehow they got a hold of some wine too, who knows, and they just had a great time together, but not the great time together that Yahweh wanted them to. Well, God's blessings be with you on this Testy Tuesday. Hopefully you passed. And you see behind me some beautiful sunshine, beautiful sunny skies. Hopefully it's as nice where you are. God's blessings be with you, and have a great day.